Welcome back, everybody, to Tactics Ogre. Cutscene.
My lord, I've just come from Rhyme. We've retaken the city.
Well done. Your Grace, I'll send word to our forces at Almorica. Have them begin their march for Fidok.
Yes, with all haste. We cannot afford them a moment's reprieve.
Sir Balzaphon, thank the star you're unharmed.
With me, now!
It's shut tight, sir.
To the side.
So the hostage the Duke just took not long ago has escaped.
Gone. Hells! Wait. The Duke!
At the same time as the Duke, or
Who
the
holds the power now?
yeah,
Your Grace.
Vice suddenly breaks in. He's beat to shit.
Madness has taken you, Vice. You've your blade to the wrong throat, friend. Leonard! Oh, thank the Father.
I was hoping you'd keep away.
Cease this at once, Vice. Why turn on your staunchest ally, your liege?
Quiet, traitor. You yourself said...
Vice, you're wounded. Throw
So
down
basically,
your
at
sword,
this point,
I'll
they're
bind
going to
your
say
wounds myself.
whatever it is to
End
make Vice
this,
back down.
And be discarded like so much refuse.
With the exact with that being the correct answer.
Outlive their
Once
usefulness.
too long to serve your usefulness. I had to get rid of you.
Please, a pardon. I'll issue a pardon. Just spare my life.
Your brayings loud in my ears, old man.
What's his throat? Dead. Double dead.
Sure.
Still infatuated with Kashua.
He's gone.
No. By the great father, no!
The Duke's dead. Thumbs up to that, right? Not. Alright, we're gonna head back to Marca Castle.
Can we truly take Fidok Castle?
Can we afford to doubt? The die has already been cast.
Perhaps we might hold out against the Bakram host, but against the Dark Knights?
How can we continue on this course without His Grace's guiding hand? We cannot!
You would suggest some peaceful resolution to this? Now?
He's right. We should attack now. Strike before they have time to shore up their defenses.
Time. We have no time. Certainly not for fighting amongst ourselves.
It's a good line.
Recall what the Duke struggled for. Recall his dream. Do not tell me you have forgotten. Why have we been fighting all these long months? For the Wallister? Was it to claim this island as our own? From some base greed? No. I say no. If we were driven by avarice, the Galgastani would have little cause to follow us, or indeed to do anything but resist us. For what have we bled, I ask you? Who are our enemies? Hierophant Balbatos of Galgastan, yes. And Branton Morn of the Bakram and the Dark Knights. It is these men who have forced our people to sacrifice so much, who have tortured and trampled the people under well-shod heels. While they remain standing, true peace will find no purchase on these isles. We must remember, friends, that this is why we fight. To bury them, even should it mean my death. I go willingly in the knowledge that I gave every ounce of flesh, every dram of blood to this end. We have the right in this conflict. Justice is on our side, and so are we compelled to action.
Yes, you're right. For the people, if not for ourselves.
Exactly.
And for His Grace's memory, we must carry on his struggle.
Selena, what would you have us do?
Lay siege to Fidok Castle. Tear her down brick by brick. Fidok's walls are stout, but a castle is only as strong as its garrison. The Bakram within stir no fear in me. The problem is the Dark Knights. If the Knights were to ride in force, we would crumble before them. Therefore, I propose a two-pronged attack to divide their strength. I will lead one division and Denham the other. Are we agreed? One of us from the south, the other from the west. I will leave that choice to you.
So we're going to attack the castle from two different We're going to attack the castle. We're going to hit it from two different directions. But that'll only become a bit when we get to the castle itself. So we're not going to be attacking it, you know, where I choose a left path and do a couple battles, and then or he chooses the left path. It'll just be when we get to the castle itself. So what we're going to do here is, after I'm done poking around a little bit, just making sure there's no other side quest I need to complete. We're going to go to Fidok by the castle, and then I'm going to take the right-hand path, which I'm not sure if there's an easy path, quote-unquote, in this siege. Yeah, we're not going to do this. I'm just sort of, like I said, poking around, making sure there's no side quest I need to do, because I've missed a couple already. I know of that for a fact, because I progressed the storyline too far and didn't realize that I couldn't come back and do those side quests. Get a full team now. Well, this is not an easy mission, unfortunately. I don't know if the other way is any simpler, but this is not an easy mission.
Stand proud, warriors of Bakram. Our enemy may not wield torches and scythes, but they are a mob. Focus your attacks on their commander, and they will wither before us. To battle!
So while I was organizing my army, took a look out on the field, saw that there were two dragons, so I brought in a dragoon to get rid of them. Obviously this is an uphill battle into the castle. I wouldn't really expect anything more. I wouldn't expect the castle to be at the bottom of a hill. It would be, of course, at the top of the hill. That's how castles were built, for defense, not for being easily taken. And you'll notice there's a lot of ranged units, whether they be mages or archers, and then of course you've got your tanky units like the dragons, and there's, as you can see, there's two knights on the field. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, there's like 5 range units up there, plus 2 healers that are just going to stand back and throw their heals from long distance. One of the things I don't do very well, and because I'm sort of trying to, you know, draw the, you know, straight line between here's where we're going to start and here's victory. I want to try to make that line as short as possible. You'll probably have noticed that I don't do a very good job of picking up the little buffs, because I'm trying to, as you can see, advance my troops as far up the battlefield as possible. But sometimes gathering some of these blue buff tokens are greatly going to outweigh, you know, the loss of a turn. And a great example of that is your Berserker. If you see a skill card on the field to help him proc his skills more often, that'll allow you to activate Berserk more often, which is good for dealing with clumped up enemies. I also brought this Swordmaster in. I'm not sure if this was a good choice or not. And one of the things I really... the Terror Knight here that I picked up, he's a great unit. He's just so slow. Like, Denim is like a fast Terror Knight, and that's fine and all, you know, but like, this is how Terror Knights are supposed to be. Like, I barely want to use them at all. The Evolved. I just, like, for as slow as he is, I feel like he should hit harder than he does. But I understand he's also Terror Knights are defensive characters as well, so I can sort of understand where you give, you know, he's not a berserker, so you give him defense and good offense, but you make him really slow. Whereas you give the Swordmaster and berserker good offense, but kind of shit defense. But they're not as slow either. Alright. As you... I was gonna say, as you could tell, I brought 2 healers, but I clearly did not. I brought variations of healers, if you will. I've got, obviously, Devol's sister, Ocelia, however you pronounce that name. She's gonna be my primary healer, but I do have, I've got the White or Holy Knight. He knows healing, you know, basic level healing, as well as, I have the Valkyrie. She also knows healing, basic healing spell. Yeah, that's about as good as I think it's gonna get. I probably should have brought a second healer into this battle just to make it easier. But I kind of wanted them as well. Like, I should have, basically what I should have done is I should have made a decision between the Berserker and the Swordmaster, dropped one of the 2 of them, and brought a second healer. But if I focus on using, like I said, the White Knight and or the Holy Knight and my Valkyrie as sort of like a, if they need healed, heal first. If they don't need healed, then you can attack with either magic or preferably physical attack, where you're saving the mana, the MP, for actual healing. You, on the other hand, I have to save your MP for a completely different reason. For skills and your dance ability, which is really good. Oh yeah, I guess I should have. I guess by bringing him, he does have the ability to do a dance. That'll heal about 100 HP or so for all the units in close proximity to him. So it's not a terrible choice to bring him. But I was thinking in terms of Berserker, bringing him in, because I wanted to hopefully get some of these guys grouped up and then drop the Berserker in there with I can't remember what it's called now, but it's essentially you spend 40 mana and it powers up his attacks. It doesn't, I don't think it quite doubles them, but it's close. Something assault. Anywho, yeah, so we gotta get rid of the dragons first. I'm not doing a very good job, as you can see, getting my Valkyrie, getting my Dragoon into place to take care of this. Also, for who knows what reason, I've decided that my Dragoon, instead of wielding lances, should be wielding swords, which is not a bad option, because it gives you more control in a tight environment like this. But you know, attack-wise, I just like you're putting yourself a little bit at a disadvantage because you don't have the reach. I don't care about buff cards right now. I would if, oh, here it is. Yep, I can't go that way. That's 2. 2 for 1 here. Luckily yeah, that's it. Sanguine Assault. So that's what I was hoping to proc. Typically I get Berserk when I have about 20 to 30 MP, and then as soon as I use it, now I've got the 40 plus MP I need to trigger Sanguine Assault. So if I get lucky and get Berserk again, it's going to be pretty devastating damage that I'm going to be doing. But I don't actually expect that to happen, at least. Because that's usually how it goes. You know, like, I hate to make a different game reference, but you know, like when you're playing checkers and you're trying to set up your opponent, so you're giving up pieces here and there just so you can make the quadruple jump. You know, that's what a Berserker feels like. You just spend all this time going, I'm trying to set you up so that I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage with Sanguine Assault and Berserk combo, and just, that would be what? What would that be? That would be 18,000 damage. Or no, not 18,000. 1,800 damage. Be about 300 times 6. So yeah, it'd be about 1,800 damage. It's pretty nuts. Not quite as nuts as what's gonna happen when my Dragoon gets near the dragon here and has the ability to use Dragon Killer. That's going to be the kind of damage you don't see, I want to say at all, or you don't see before endgame, but I don't really know if you do thousands of damage in the endgame or not. Probably not. This is good. Okay, well, that sucks. You don't want your healer to die, because that's the person you need to heal. You see. Anywho. I like the theming here where it's raining really hard as you're trying to, you know, take the castle. This is like, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if it's, I think it's not advantageous to try to take a castle in the rain. If you gotta do it, you gotta do it. I get that. Attacking at night is certainly got its own set of disadvantages for both sides because you're doing it in the dark of night, so you don't have good vision. But rain is probably, offensively speaking, one of the worst things you could do. So I guess if you're trying to, I'm thinking mainly because you're probably bringing siege engines to the game, to take the wall, and when you bring siege engines, those are going to get stuck. They could get easily stuck in the mud. Whereas if it's dry and it hasn't rained in a while, siege engines will move nice and easily across the, the dry earth. But it does have, I guess, some advantages, medievally speaking, where you can't really use. I guess you could still kind of use flaming arrows, but I feel like flaming arrows wouldn't be as useful in the rain. But I suppose you're not covering them in, you're not just lighting the things on fire, you're probably coating them in some sort of oily pitch. So that, oh yeah, see that damage? That's the kind of damage that you only, only Dragoons can do, but only when they're fighting specifically dragons or beasts, when they happen to have the ability to spend mana to kill dragon, if you will. It's good to do as much damage as you can on each turn, But if you have the option between killing an enemy or doing big damage, it's situational, I guess I should say. You know, if you've got a guy who just took his turn and you can kill him, or you can do big damage to another character, I'd do the big damage to the other character because their turn's not, that other character's probably not going to come up soon. Turn, I mean, to be able to finish him off with a different character. But, yeah, if you have the ability to eliminate a character, do it. Remember when I was playing this on the PSP, archers were like super fucking broken in that game. So you would just like kind of power up Aerosol until she got her dark strike attack, or whatever it's called, dark mass attack, and you just aim it at the boss and watch it do like 700 damage, and wouldn't one-shot him, at least at this point in the game, but it'd be damn close to a one-shot, you know. And then that's how you would deal with half the battles, because otherwise, I mean, it was the quickest direction between beginning and the end, you know? Dead. Also, poison is really fucking good in this game. Like, it doesn't leech every time they get a turn, but it leeches after so many turns. So oftentimes they're getting hit with poison multiple times before their turn gets up. Oh, that was good damage. One dead dragon coming up. Except, kill you instead.